Hello everyone, just waiting for things to gear up. So it's Thursday. Oh, sorry, I'm just going to whack my microphone. So all those people working at home, lovely to catch up with you. Yeah, I'm really good. And today is Are You OK Day. And so I've just recorded a podcast because I know some of you know this, but many don't. I have suffered from anxiety and depression for all my adult life. I shouldn't say all my life because I got diagnosed about 10 years ago, and since then the lights have been turned on. So I got diagnosed about 10 years ago, and I had to go and see a specialist, and I got put on medication, and I had to have counselling, and it was amazing because up until that point I was really suffering terribly, and so was my family because I was really bad-tempered. And in the end, my daughter gave me an ultimatum, our eldest daughter, who's never doesn't stand back, she says what she thinks, and she gave me an ultimatum, and I thought, oh, really? Like, she said, do something because we can't stand to live with you, basically. And that's when I felt that I had to do something because clearly there was something going on and I had absolutely no idea. I thought that the way I was feeling was normal, and I thought that's just it, that's just life. Everyone stresses, and so I did go off and I got treated, and it was like someone had flicked the lights and all of a sudden I could see, and it was the most incredible relief. And so I've actually been on treatment since then, and I've had a few goes at getting off it, unsuccessful, and it's to the point now where if I am, this is really bad, but if I'm cranky, the kids or Stephen says to me, have you taken your medication today? Which is, like, makes me sound like a real lunatic, but it's like that. Like, if I don't take it, I am really bad-tempered and horrible to be around, and it's because I feel so horrible. And so it's pretty easy fixed, but there's a lot of bad sort of feeling and a stigma around having a mental illness. And I know that I inherited it from my father because he was sick all my life, and he died young as a result of it. And well, when I say young, 50, which I think is pretty young to be leaving this world. And so I really take every opportunity to share my experience because I think people, there's this thing, oh no, you can't talk about that. But if I had have realised the way I was feeling was actually the symptoms and it had nothing to do with, it wasn't about me, it was just about an illness that I had, I would have done something about it a lot earlier, and it would have definitely made a big difference to my life and certainly to my property journey, because it definitely did undermine what I did in the early stages. So what I want to say to you is that if you've ever had that feeling of desperateness, or you're feeling cranky all the time, or not sleeping and you don't think it's normal, like everyone has passing times when they don't feel great, they're a bit down. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a constant way of being. Go and do something about it, because I guarantee you life on the other side is 100 times better. Okay, so I've recorded a whole episode on that, and that's coming out next week. And so this week I'm just getting ready to start on site. So one of the projects, the Owners Corporation has told me that it's going to a meeting on the 22nd of September. And so I'm expecting in the couple of days after that, I will be into it. So I've got all the quotes where I'm pretty well ready to go. A couple of the quotes I'm still working on because they're pretty high. All the trades are really busy. I've had two quotes, one quote come in under budget, and that was the demolition, but the rest of them are really high, which I'm finding quite annoying. But so having to work on that because I obviously don't want to blow the budget. So that project will be going probably around the 25th of September. The Lane Cove project, we've been waiting on the engineers report and we got that yesterday. So as soon as that's in, the approval will be in, and that building site's very casual about their approvals. So it just goes around via email and they'll decide, if they're going to approve it or not. I suspect they will. And yeah, and then of course the Darlinghurst one, as soon as I've finished here, I'm going over to meet up with David to just see where that's at and give that a move along, because if we can so we've agreed on the design, thanks to School of Renovating students for giving us their feedback. It never fails to amaze me, like when you put out a plan you put out your proposed plan, the feedback you get is so good because, things that you would never have thought about. So having a brains trust is really, really valuable. And, particularly, just thinking about things that you haven't thought about. And you really, before you go to, swing into action with it, you want to make sure that you've got it right. And I don't watch The Block every night, but I watched it last night. And I saw one couple's kitchen plan get blown out of the water, and I thought, that is so lucky they brought their agent in to go over the plan. So we have our agent come to all our design meetings, and when I was seeking feedback, I actually sent him the plan, the proposed options. We had 2 or 3 options, and he basically sought feedback from his office as well, because they're working with your client. And you can think, the day that you think you know everything is the bad day, because you never know everything. There is always more to learn and things are changing all the time. So yeah, so we've agreed on because what we're doing in that property is putting in a folding bed. It's tiny, it's 28 square meters. It's smaller than most people's garage, but we've got a lot to fit in there. So we're fitting in a full kitchen, we're putting in a folding down bed. And of course, we want to make sure that that's a really good quality mechanism. So because it's going to have to be used every day, so it's really easy to flick up and down. It's going to have a banquette, which is, like one of those, they're like seats in theatres, the long bench seat. And yeah, so it will be really cool, and I can't wait to get started on it. The market's doing okay at the moment here. So where some properties are really rocking, others are doing okay. It's really patchy actually. And I think if you don't manage your campaigns well in this environment, you can really, shoot the campaign in the foot basically, because it's very touchy. And yeah, so that's pretty well my life at the moment. We are getting ready for the conference, so if you haven't got your ticket, please make sure you get it. We're doing a bit of a shuffle around now because it's pretty clear that the borders are not going to be open. So I've got a couple more tickets that I didn't think I would have. And we also have an online ticket now. So what will happen when you book an online ticket is we'll actually send out your goodie bag to you, and you will want it because it's pretty awesome. So Marina and I are working on finalising that. Those who come to the conference will be having an amazing day. Well, everyone will be having an amazing day. And then at the end, we'll be heading over to Caroma for drinks, which will be very nice. We all like a glass of wine at the end of the day. Actually, we probably don't all do, but I do. So that's what we're going to be doing. And yeah, so that's it. So that's my update for this week. The podcast this week is one of our ex-students, did our program quite a while ago. Her name's Demetra Oldman, and she She has her own styling and renovating business. She's renovated for some very high profile buyers agents in Sydney, and she has a staging business, and she won an award for her staging business. But I'll tell you all about that in the podcast episode. So that's all we have today. I hope you're having an awesome day, and I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you same time next week. Take care.